Well, good morning, guys. So kind of a different one today. Well, I think I say that every time. I'm on my way to Vancouver via Kelowna to get my surgery. So unfortunately, Grover is sick again, so I've got the van we were going to originally buy. This one I had for about, I don't know, a couple weeks, and me and Kenzie lovingly called it Donkey. So this is Donkey. Donkey's a 2022, of course, Toyota Sienna L Edition, so cloth, no sunroof, just a plain Jane model. It's kind of had a tough life. It's been in the rental fleet for a while, so my understanding is it just got back from Prince George way up north, so no sunroof, which I kind of miss the sunroof, but you know, real world problems, if you will. So yeah, this trip I'm on my way to Vancouver. My wife's with me and I'm getting a surgery. I'm a little nervous about the surgery because this one's, it's not really a proven fact. So they're going above my knee, or through my knee, I should say, to a nerve there, and they're going to cut the nerve off and then reattach it to a muscle. Now, it's not a regular surgery done. So this is the one where Dr. Fancy Socks had to do a whole bunch of research to figure out, can it be done? And so yeah, I talked to lots of colleagues and they agreed, yes, it can be done. So I'm on my way down to Canby Medical Center to get it done. So it's about a 2-hour operation, and then I'll have to spend the night overnight, and then we'll have back. So thought I'd stop here and show you this beautiful lake. This is Lake Kalamalka. And it means lake of many colors. I think I've shown you guys many times, but today it's extra beautiful. 12 degrees Celsius here in Lake Country, I guess Lake Country, BC, and that converts to 53 Fahrenheit. So for you Americans out there, it's just starting to spit a little bit, so nice to take a break and just get off the road and sit here and collect yourself. It's just so beautiful out here. Starting to spit a little bit, so I'm going to get on with my trip, but I thought I'd update you guys and let's get to Vancouver. DJ, can you please roll that intro?
Hey everybody, my name is Andrew Adley. After a workplace accident, I was left as a above-knee amputee. I had a decision to make. Get busy living or get busy dying. Obviously, you only have one life, so I made the decision to get busy living, exploring every opportunity that's presented to me. Tune in every week for different adventures, both from accessibility standpoint to adventures with my family and friends. And every adventure begins with one leg at a time.
Morning, guys. So we're on day 2 of our trip to Vancouver. Yesterday I was picking up this van that me and Kenzie have named Donkey. So today I'm actually on the highway heading to Vancouver, stopping at Barbers first because I have to get my leg fixed, or drop off a leg to get fixed, which sounds like a weird thing, but that's what it is. And then continue on to Sandman in Vancouver, where I'll be staying one night. My wife will be staying 2 nights. And I'm going to have my surgery. So today could get a little western. At 6:30 this morning on the highway through hell here, there was a huge accident and a fatality. So northbound, which is the other lane, is closed, and it's been closed this morning. 6:30. I'll put the article up here. But southbound is open but backed up, so we'll find out what it's going to get like. It's probably about 45 minutes before we get to where the accident has happened, but reading the updates on Facebook, it was pretty gory. Apparently there's bodies laying on the highway and stuff, so T's and P's for those people. But this highway is a very, very, very dangerous highway, and the speed limit is just, it's nuts. Like, I'm going 120 kilometers, so for you Americans that's just under 80 miles, and a lot of people go up to 140 kilometers an hour, which is 10 over, and that's really quick, especially on this highway with lots of semi trucks and camper vans going down the highways. So definitely a recipe for disaster, and then the weather changes so quickly. The other thing that we're watching for is apparently there's a bird on the highway that got his wing ripped off, so there's blood everywhere from this bird. So we'll find out if it's still there. Again, I just get updates from Facebook. So let's get on our way to Richmond, Vancouver, almost Richmond, and then on to Sandman and Vancouver. So let's get going. Hey guys, so we're about to hit the smasher. Just starting to sprinkle snow just a little bit. I was just saying to my wife here, it's so eerie. There's no traffic on the highway, and we passed the accident scene, and it didn't look that bad, even though, again, on Facebook it said it was so bad. So I'm not sure if that's misinformation. Temperature up here is 4 degrees Celsius. So I'll do it in the blue book down below what the conversion is, but it's been okay. But now it's starting to just dust snow. I think we might be hitting the smasher at a perfect time before this snow actually sticks to the ground. Because other than that, it's been bare, dry highways, which is really happy with that. It's just the fact of less traffic really kind of worries me. It's nice, but it's kind of weird. So find out what the smasher's like. Well, hey there guys. So we made it to Abbottzford, BC. I sure miss Grover, that's for sure. It's dinging at me for something, and I don't quite know why. But we'll figure it out together. I'll get it closed. Yeah, it's amazing how much just a different van, different controls, and it's still a Toyota, but sorry, I'm just grabbing my coffee cup. But it's still different. It's a different, totally different feel than Grover. Gas prices here, if you're not from BC, you don't know, but we're just turned off the tax on gas, the carbon tax. So where I'm from, the gas is a whole lot cheaper. So here, it looks like they're still on the old prices. It's $1.76 per liter. Do you want a car wash? No, I don't want a car wash. Do you want this? Do you want free this? Alright! No, I just want gas, please. So yeah, so some gas stations haven't shut off the carbon tax. In Kamloops, where I'm from, gas is $1.38, and here it's $1.75. So that's about a 40-cent difference, which is quite a bit per liter. I'll do the conversions right here of what it works out to in American dollar, but okay. Is it going to let me start filling? So yeah, it's amazing how much the difference is from this van to Grover. Just buttons are in different places, and then I'm missing the sunroof. I usually rest my hand on the sunroof and have the sunroof open and stuff, and this van doesn't have a sunroof, and it actually doesn't even have an armrest for the driver's side seat, so it's like sitting there and you don't know what to do with your hand. You're kind of like you had a stroke. You're kind of just holding it there. It's kind of weird. You know, real world problems is what they say. So I'm guessing probably about 25 liters, maybe. I don't know this van. This van seems to have more power than Grover, even though it's the same engine. So I'm not sure if they changed the engines throughout the year. Maybe you Toyota experts, use less gas this time. That's what it worked out to there. $40, and I used 22.9 liters. So that's a little bit better than Grover, which is kind of weird because this should be exactly the same, but who knows? So the next stop is hold on, I just got to pay attention for 2 seconds here. Do I want a receipt? Yes, I do. The next stop will be, I call it Richmond, but it is Vancouver. So temperature here is about 10 or 12 degrees Celsius, so it's a beautiful day. It's kind of sad, guys. Since I've been coming down here, I always stop here for gas. And there's kind of a homeless camp over here just off the highway, and you guys can quite see it over there, right behind the Lay's truck. But right across, maybe editor Andrew can put a little arrow down to where it is, but it's used to be like 1 or 2 trailers. Now it's just tons of trailers. It's kind of sad, you know, that the world's going that way and people are forced into these trailers. Let's get on our way to Richmond or Vancouver, or whatever you want to call it. I think this is the first time I've saying to my wife that I've ever seen a Cybertruck actually being used like a truck, actually hauling something. It's kind of weird seeing something in the back. Looks like body panels, maybe. I don't know. Hey guys, so we've arrived at Barbers. What? Where do you keep your leg? I keep mine in the back seat. This is a water leg. So Leah has to fix this lock. So that's why I'm bringing it here. Let's go around here and go inside. Let's see what dangling today at Barbers. Nope. So, there we go. Hello. Not a lot going on at Barbers. Sorry guys, my Hollyland mic died, so I introduced my wife to Leah and then gave her a tour of Barbers and then just dropped off my leg. So we got the leg all dropped off. Now we're gonna fight traffic to get into Vancouver. Now this is considered Vancouver, but I consider it Richmond because it's so close to Richmond. So, it's such a beautiful day, but traffic, not so much. Another sniper truck. That's the vet next door. I already asked if it was one of their clients, but it's not. So I'll update you guys when I get to the next destination. Well, good morning, everybody. You're probably asking, well, that looks like the Accent Inn. That's not where you were saying you were going yesterday. What a schmoggle, guys. We checked into this hotel downtown Davie Street in Vancouver, and the hotel was so bad. First of all, the van barely fit in the parkade. Like, the roof was like rubbing. And they told us, they said, make sure you park your car in the locked underground parkade. Not really saying anything, but I'm guessing it's not the best neighborhood. So we checked into there and got into the room, and the room was so bad. It was, I mean, it was old, fine, no big deal. But it was so dirty, and everything in there looked like a crime scene. It was just so beat up. And then my wife, because she got the heebie-jeebies, started looking online and found like tons of reports about bed bugs as recent as 3 weeks ago. So let's just say we ran from that place. The other weird thing, and it's kind of funny here. Sorry, I'm at this garden right across from the Accent Inn. It's so beautiful. A friend of mine used to sit over here, and I used to laugh at him and say, you know, like, you're the weirdo sitting in the garden, but it's just so nice with these trees around. And you know, coming from a small town, it's kind of a reminder of home. So anyways, the other weird thing about this last place was you couldn't get the smell of chicken. Like, it was wafting through the windows. It was just like your clothes stunk of it. And it was like Kentucky Fried Chicken, and I know everybody felt that smell, but constant, not just kind of a whiff, but wafting through the windows. You kind of remind me of the Seinfeld episode where they got the chicken place. I'll put a clip right here.
Wow, Kenny Rogers Roasters finally open. Hey, look at the size of that neon chicken on the roof.
Rogers can't sell chicken around here. We got chicken places on every block.
Yeah.
The chicken place across the street, I think it was, I can't remember what it was. Johnny Cash Chicken. But the light kept lighting up and lighting people's places and stuff, and it's just so funny. So anyways, we ran from there. This was late in the day by the time we got down there, and we didn't get here at my home away from home Accent Inn until it was late in the day. So thank goodness they had a spot available, and we just went on the old Expedia and booked 2 nights here. And I just feel way better because with my surgery, I'm spending the night at the clinic, or the hospital they call it, and my wife will be here by herself. So like, that place was sketchy, so I just feel better about her being here. And I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I get reimbursed for it. But bed bugs, yeah, that's not something you wanna mess around with. A good friend of mine had bed bugs in their house, and he told me horror experiences, how long it took to get rid of these bed bugs. Like, it's just something you don't want to play with. So we're like, no, we're out. So we're at the Accent Inn, my home away from home, and I've learned my lesson. Unfortunately, in Vancouver, I'm not staying in any hotels in Vancouver. I'll come right back here to Richmond. It's not worth it. There's so many bad hotels out there, and it's not worth it. So today my surgery's at 2 o'clock. So they're saying it's about an hour and a half to 2 hour surgery, and then I have to spend the night in there. So nobody can really answer me how long the recovery is, whether I'll be weight bearing, what kind of shape I'll be in after. So they're keeping me overnight just to make sure they get the pain under control and stuff. So kind of makes me nervous, the unknown. You know, my last surgeries, everybody's like, okay, it's gonna be this time, and this is how long it's gonna be, and this is your recovery, and da da da. This one, they don't know. So it makes me a little bit nervous, but you kind of got to go with the journey. You know, it's the next chapter of my amputee journey, and this is the one. So we'll find out. Weather today in Richmond, it's just, as you can see, it's just another beautiful day here. It's 12 degrees Celsius, so 44 Fahrenheit ish, if my math is right. So just so glad to not see the rain. I know it rains so much down here, but we're not down here for weather, not down here for holidays. We're down here for surgery and medical stuff. So that's what's gonna happen today. Spring's definitely sprung here. Let me show you these really cool tulip garden they have here. Tulips remind me as a kid, we used to, I think around Mother's Day, we'd bring home tulips and we'd make them out of paper, and they really kind of bring back that really good memory of childhood. These ones don't look the healthiest right now, but there's some that are definitely healthy, and then there's the ones that aren't, the tulips there that aren't born. Sorry, these are daffodils. Sorry, my bad. Don't beat me up in the comments. I'm not a flower guy, although I used to run a greenhouse in my former days. So just wanted to update you guys and tell you why I'm not staying downtown and why I'm way out here in Richmond. Well, it's not way out, it's 20 minutes plus traffic to get there, so it's not super far or anything like that, but just being safe is key, you know. I won't tell too much about the place, but it just wasn't nice. So let's get on with our day and get down and start the next journey. Chapter, journey, page. Let's get down there.